Hey, here's a story that might at first sound like leftist pandering, then might get friends arguing with friends, but then, if they're very lucky, might allow them to pull a deeper lesson from it. Hey, I even wore pink, just for the occasion. Ching! Ha-ha! The Canadian government just revealed its new move into social justice land. It's the two men kissing dollar coin. Hi folks, I'm Gardner Goldsmith for MRC-TV, and yes indeed, the Royal Canadian Mint calls it a key milestone for lesbian, gay, transgender, queer, and two-spirited people, whatever that is. It's one of those modernistic, could be one guy, but it's actually two images that is, in fact, two men kissing. It's supposedly being issued to mark the 50th anniversary of homosexuality being decriminalized in 1969 in Canada, but it's inspiring umbrage from all bands of the political rainbow. In fact, as Tom Hooper notes for the CBC, in 1969, no laws were repealed. The reforms that were passed had no practical effect, and criminal charges for consensual gay sex among adults increased in the decades after 1969, dramatically. And others are wondering why a romantic or sexual orientation is being promoted or even acknowledged on state-controlled currency.
Canada, you did it again. You even found a way to ruin this. Why? Why do we let you be a country?
So this is clearly controversial, and not necessarily because a bunch of supposedly bigoted people dislike gay and lesbian folks, but because they feel it might be inappropriate for the state to be involved with promoting any kind of romantic orientation at all. This, of course, is Canada, where just about 2.5 years ago, they passed C-16, a law that mandates that any government office or anybody who is working for a business that is regulated by the Canadian government must use pronouns that the people want them to use. And this has caused all sorts of problems. So what happens if someone doesn't want to accept this man-kissing man coin in their business? Will they run afoul of the law? And of course, if a man and woman were kissing on the coin, would gay people not have a justified complaint? And by the way, it takes money to make the money. The Canadian government already stopped minting its pennies in 2013 because the metal that went into it and the effort that went into it were more costly than the actual market buying power of the penny itself.
Get real money. Don't know what board game this came from, but it's a joke.
Look, should taxpayers be forced to pay for or use a coin that they don't want to use? This starts to lead us in a better direction. The direction of learning a lesson. We'll ask a couple more questions. How many times have people really disliked the face on a particular piece of currency? Alexander Hamilton, Abraham Lincoln, Thomas Jefferson, Andrew Jackson. What about atheists? How many atheists aren't fans of "In God We Trust" on US currency? The point is that government control of currency, or the government licensing a bank monopoly to create the currency, means everyone is forced to accept it. And this, of course, means that straight people, gay people, atheists, and religious people will all be fighting over what goes on the coin. Well, what is that? You got it, my friends. The lesson is that it tells us they have entered the tragedy of the commons. The tragedy of the commons pits people against each other because everybody thinks they should have a say in how it's run. The answer? Get the government or a government licensed bank out of the currency business. Have competitive banks with stores of gold print up their own money or mint their own coins, and then people can be free to decide what they want to use and what they will accept. Freedom. Did they ever decriminalize that in Canada? I don't know. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for MRC TV. I'm Gardner Goldsmith.